Hi guys, it's Coach Julie and welcome back to my channel, Making Sense Out of Your Dollars and Cents. Today is absolutely my favorite day of the week, and that is Wealth Building Wednesday. Yes! Yay! Woo, woo, woo. I do get excited when it comes to Wednesday because it gives me the opportunity to share with you additional ways and tips on how to get out of debt this year and begin to build wealth. And let me tell you something, if you have been under the stress and strain of credit card debt, I know what that feels like. And it is rough. It's like carrying a huge burden on your back. I mean, it can literally depress people. Do you realize that 78% of the country is in credit card debt? I think we are one of the wealthiest nations in the world, and we probably have more credit card debt than any other nation in the world. So in order for you to not be part of that 78%, I'm going to talk today about some strategies to be able to get out of debt, get out of credit card debt this year so that you can begin to live the life that you know you've always wanted and you've always deserved. So write these things down. I'm going to give you 5 tips on how to get out of credit card debt and begin to really build wealth in the coming year. The first thing you have to do is make a decision. Make a decision. Nothing will happen until you make a decision. I don't care what it is. If it's going to the gym, if it's getting married, if you're buying a house, if you're going to go to college. Heck, you have to make a decision to get up and go to work every morning. So nothing happens without a decision. And, you know, we can get into this place where we just had this revolving credit card debt for years and years and years and years, where it's almost become lifestyle. And we really want to get out, but the truth is we just haven't made the decision to. I know my husband and I went through that for a lot of years, and we carried a lot of credit card debt. And it is crippling and it is crushing. So I don't want you to have to go through that, what we went through. So I am going to tell you, make the decision. Because like I said, you won't do anything if you don't make the decision first. That's number 1. Now, number 2 is determine your why. And I don't mean why like the letter Y. I mean why like, why do you want to get out of debt? Because if you don't, again, have a strong why, you won't do it. And I mean, really think long term. Don't just think about, you know, that vacation I want to take this summer. Think about long term. What is it that the credit card companies are stealing from you now that's going to take away from your future? Is it your ability to pay for college for your children? Or take that family vacation, that 20th anniversary cruise? What is your why? You want to be able to build legacy in your family? Do you want to buy that dream home? What is it that you want? You really have to have a strong why, and you've got to have it before you at all times. Because I'm going to tell you, the minute you make that decision, like we talked about in step 1, those credit cards are going to start calling your name. And you're going to see anything and everything that you want to buy that you know you shouldn't be getting just because that has been a pattern with you for so many years. So make a strong why, because that is going to be the very thing that helps you move forward in this process. So once you determine your why, actually once you make the decision first, then determine your why, then you have to write it down. And I mean write it down and look at it every single day. Write it down, make a vision board, put your kid's picture on your mirror. You know, he's the one I want to send to college. Whatever your why is, write it down. There's a scripture in Habakkuk, I don't know how to pronounce it correctly, but it talks about write the vision and make it plain. So even back in the days of the Old Testament, they were talking about writing down your vision. So if you don't have a vision, again, you're not going to have a strong why. If you don't have a strong why, it's because you have not made the decision to get out of debt. And let me tell you, and I will go more into goal setting on another video, but your goals need to be specific, they need to be measurable, and you have to have a time frame. Don't just say, oh, I want to get out of debt. That's not a goal. That is not a goal. You have to say, I'm going to pay off $10,000 this year in 2023, and I'm going to do it by December 31st. that is specific. Measurable. You have to be able to measure it. Then again, not just I'm going to pay it off by December. How much are you going to pay off each month to determine, to be able to get it paid off by December? Don't try to guess at it. Sit down, write it down, make it plain, like it says in the Word. If you don't do those things, come 12 months from now, you will be in the same position or worse. And you don't want to do that. So I'm just going to encourage you, write it down. That's step number 3. Now, step number 4 is get accountability. Look, we need accountability in everything. Anybody, I'll include myself in that. If you've ever tried to lose weight, get in shape, whatever, you have to have accountability. Because look, your own devices is what's gotten you here. It's gotten you into debt. So you absolutely have to be accountable. As a financial coach, that's what I do. I will help you put together a plan, get accountable, write it down, like we've talked about these things, help determine what your why is so that you can move forward, so that you don't find yourself under the crushing debt of credit cards. You know who's making all the money with the credit cards? Visa, MasterCard, American Express, Discover, What's in Your Wallet, all those people. You got those great commercials. They are getting rich. They are sending their children to college on your dime. Have you ever looked at the interest rate on a credit card? I mean, it's like 27, 28%, 29%. I don't know what loan shark money is, but that's pretty high. Don't you think? I mean, yeah, a third of every dollar basically is going towards credit card debt. And that's something, again, that you have bought. You took the trip 5 years ago. You're still paying for it. You know, you had the big vacation. You bought the whatever it is that you couldn't afford. And here you are. And think about it from that respect. Think about, what do you tell yourself when you're about to charge? When you're about to buy something that you know you can't afford? What you're telling yourself is, I don't have the money today, but I really want this. So I'm willing to give somebody 28% interest so that I can feel good today. Guys, you know what feels good? Is when you don't have to pay Visa or MasterCard or American Express or Discover or Capital One or whoever all those people are out there. That's what feels good. And I'm telling you, if you'll do the things that I'm telling you to do, you will get there. But you've got to get accountable. And by the way, too, if you are married, you and your spouse have to be on the same page. I'm going to tell you, most of your financial issues are because you and your spouse are not on the same page. Again, there's a scripture in the Bible that says a house divided cannot stand. So if you and your spouse do not agree on how we're going to get these paid off, when we're going to get these paid off, and have made a decision that we are going to get these things paid off, you will struggle. Trust me, I'm telling you, I know what I'm talking about because my husband and I went through it for a lot of years. So as I said earlier, we are happy to be debt free, but it took a lot of years and it took some determination, and we really just had to bite the bullet and make the commitment. So you've got to be accountable, and don't be accountable to your friend that likes to go shopping as much as you do. That is not the person. She's not the one. She's not the one that's going to help you. That's like, you know, trying to get in shape, and your girlfriend who's a foodie and you're a foodie, and you're like, oh yeah, we're going to get in shape together. And then you're walking by the 31 flavors and it's like, no, I got to have it now. So don't use your best shopping buddy to be your accountability partner. Get somebody else. That's, as I said, that's what I do as a financial coach. I'll be happy to help you put a plan together, but you've got to put a plan together, and it has to be in writing. Okay, so the 5th strategy that we are going to use to get your credit card debt paid off is called the Snowball Strategy. And what that looks like, you're going to get all your credit cards together and figure out payment-wise what's the largest balance, down all the way down to the smallest balance. Now, there's different schools of thought on how you can handle it. Some say pay off the smallest balance first. Some say pay off the one with the lowest interest first. I'm from the school of thought where you should pay the smallest credit card off first. Now, financially, that may not make sense because obviously if you have a larger balance and the interest is higher, you're going to be paying a lot more over time. However, there is a psychological thing that kicks in for you. When you pay off that smallest one, you feel a sense of accomplishment. So rather than trying to tackle the $8,000 credit card, which seems insurmountable to you even as you look at it, take the one that's got $800 or $600 on it. And whatever the minimum payment is, see if you can double it. So if your minimum payment is $20, see if you can double it to $40. And then, so basically, instead of paying $20, you're paying $40 a month, and then you can pretty much figure out how long it's going to take you to pay off that $600 or $800 credit card or whatever the size is on it. Then what you do is once you get that smaller one paid off, and say, just to use that example, you've been paying $40 a month, take that same $40 a month and now add it to the next credit card up. So say the next one is, it's small too, and you're paying $20 a month. Okay, so you're paying $20 a month plus that $40 that you just stopped paying on the last one. So now take the $40 plus the $20, and that's $60 a month now that you're paying. Get the next smallest one paid off, and then you continue to do that. You can understand why they call it a snowball effect, because it's like it's growing and it's growing and it's growing and it's getting bigger and bigger. Your payments are getting bigger each time you go to another credit card, and your balances are coming down. I'm telling you, it works. My husband and I bit the bullet. We made the decision to do that about 3 years ago, and actually about 4 years ago, excuse me. And we set a very specific date because of the amount of credit card debt we had. We gave ourselves 2 years to pay it off, and we missed the 2-year mark by about 2 months. So it took us about 26 months to pay off the credit card debt, but man, did it feel good when we got it paid off. Here's what I do know. Because we committed, we made the decision, we set a time frame, we wrote it down, we were accountable to one another, and we did the snowball effect, or snowball strategy, and we successfully paid off a very large amount of credit card debt. I'm telling you, when you get it done, you are going to feel so good. So I encourage you, start today. I'm going to quickly review these again, just so in case you didn't write them down. Of course, I guess you can always play it back. But anyway, I'll just go through them quickly again. The first thing is, make a decision. Nothing happens unless you make a decision first. Number 2, determine your why. Why do you want to get out of debt? Is it for your kid to send them to college? Is it for you so you can take that dream vacation, invest in property, buy your dream home, whatever? Determine that why. Write your goals down. Remember, write the vision and make it plain. Number 4, get accountable with your spouse. Get accountable with a financial coach. Get accountable to someone, because without the accountability, you will go right back. And the last one is use the snowball effect. Probably one of the most important ones. Use the snowball effect to pay it off. I guarantee you, you'll get it done. You'll stick to the commitment, and you're going to feel amazing once you get it done. All right, guys, that's my tip for the day. I can't wait to see you next week. Everybody have a good day and make it a great week.